power, control, destiny. These words have echoed through the chambers of history, driving emperors to conquest and nations to war. But what if everything you believe about power is fundamentally wrong? November 2024. Donald Trump reclaims the presidency of the United States. Markets fluctuate wildly. Cities erupt in celebration and protest. A nation fractures further along its fault lines. Millions celebrate what they see as salvation, while millions more mourn what they perceive as catastrophe. But beneath this chaos, an ancient truth stirs. A truth so profound it could transform not just how we view this election, but how we understand the very nature of power itself. 2,000 years ago, in the dusty streets of Rome, a slave named Epictetus began teaching something dangerous. His students weren't the common people. They were senators, governors, and eventually, his ideas reached the most powerful man in the known world, the Emperor Marcus Aurelius. What Epictetus taught wasn't just philosophy. It was psychological dynamite, capable of shattering everything we think we know about power, control, and human potential. But before I reveal this revolutionary secret, I need you to understand something crucial. This isn't just another self-help platitude or philosophical theory. This is a practical, tested method of achieving something that has eluded humanity since the dawn of civilization. True, unshakable inner peace in the face of chaos. Consider this. What if the most powerful person in your world isn't the president? What if it's not your boss, your spouse, or anyone else who seems to control your destiny? What if the most powerful person in your world is you? While politicians wage their endless wars for temporary power, Marcus Aurelius wrote something extraordinary in his private journals, words never meant to be read by anyone else. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. But he didn't stop there. He went on to develop a systematic approach to achieving what modern psychologists would call radical acceptance, combined with strategic action. You see, Marcus understood something we've forgotten in our age of instant gratification and constant outrage. He understood that there's a deeper game being played, one that transcends politics, transcends time itself. The Stoics called it the great game of life. And its rules aren't written in constitutions or law books. They're encoded in the very fabric of human existence. The first rule of this game changes everything: the dichotomy of control. Every single thing in your existence falls into two categories: what you can control and what you can't. Simple, right? But here's where it gets fascinating. Humans are psychologically hardwired to get this completely wrong. We waste our precious energy trying to control the uncontrollable. Other people's opinions, election results, the past, the future, while neglecting the one thing we actually can control: our own thoughts, judgments, and actions. But this is just the beginning. The Stoics discovered something even more radical, a principle so counterintuitive it seems impossible at first. What if every obstacle, every setback, every seemingly negative event wasn't just a challenge to be overcome, but a gift specifically designed to help you grow stronger? This election isn't just an event in time. It's not just a transfer of political power. It's a test, an invitation to transcend the ordinary human response and access something far more powerful. What the Stoics called the Inner Citadel. This is a state of being so profound that no external event can breach its walls. Not an election, not a war, not even the collapse of civilization itself. Throughout history, the most extraordinary humans have accessed this power in the darkest moments. Nelson Mandela in his prison cell, transforming from an angry young revolutionary into a beacon of reconciliation. Viktor Frankl in the concentration camps, discovering that everything can be taken from a person except the freedom to choose one's attitude. They all discovered what the Stoics knew. The only true power is internal. When Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." He wasn't just writing philosophy. He was revealing the ultimate cheat code for human existence. Every obstacle is an opportunity. Every crisis is an invitation. Every moment of political chaos is a chance to practice what the Stoics called philosophical push-ups, strengthening your inner resilience until you become unstoppable. But here's what they never tell you about true power, the secret that makes this ancient wisdom more relevant today than ever before. It's not about controlling the world. It's about letting go of the need to control anything except your own excellence. This is the paradox that transforms everything. The less you need to control external events, the more powerful you become. Think about that for a moment. While others are losing sleep over political outcomes, while they're damaging relationships with family and friends over ideological differences, while they're allowing their peace of mind to be held hostage by events they can't control, you can choose a different path. This isn't about political apathy. The Stoics were deeply involved in politics. Marcus Aurelius was an emperor. Seneca was a senator. Cato was a renowned political fighter. But they understood something crucial. Political action should flow from internal peace, not from internal chaos. In this very moment, while others react, you can choose to respond. While others despair, you can choose to grow. While others fight for temporary power, you can become truly powerful. This is what the Stoics meant when they talked about becoming invincible, not through external force, but through internal transformation. The practice is simple, but it requires something few are willing to give: constant, unwavering attention to your own thoughts and judgments. Every time you feel anger, ask yourself, what judgment am I making here? Is this something I can control? Every time you feel fear about the future, ask, what story am I telling myself? What's actually in my power right now? This is the training ground. This is where real power is built. Not in voting booths or protest marches, though you may choose to participate in these, but in the moment-by-moment choices of how you respond to events. So ask yourself, are you ready to play the great game? Are you prepared to transform every setback, every social conflict, every moment of uncertainty into fuel for your growth? Because in the end, it's not about who sits in the White House. It's about who sits on the throne of your own mind. No man is free who is not master of himself. And mastery begins the moment you realize this was never about politics. This was about you. It always has been. The real question isn't who won the election. The real question is, who will you become because of it? What strength will you discover in yourself? What wisdom will you gain? What kind of person will you choose to be in the face of whatever comes next? The game starts now. Every moment is an opportunity to practice. Every challenge is a chance to grow stronger. Every conflict is an invitation to develop deeper wisdom. Are you ready to play